Well, welcome to another very delayed edition of What Ranch Hobbies and Crafts. I'm very proud to announce that I have now completed the construction of my new woodworking shop. And besides laser cutting, I've now added three-dimensional wood carving with a CNC router. So it's going to get fun. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff. Today's the first day that I'm actually going to cut a piece, and I'll let you guys watch. It's a little bit noisy, so first we'll walk through the machine and then we'll go into time lapse. So as you can see, it's a perfectly dreary day, mud puddles everywhere. This is my shop. So we've got music right there with our little music player. And I've got some of my tools are ready to go. The door didn't have a handle on it, so I built a pole. I like it. I've got the Grizzly dust collection system, and there she is. The Phantom 4x4. It's a lovely piece of machinery. So I'm kind of looking forward to doing this. So first of all, we're going to set the depth and tell it where 0 is. So put that under there. This is my controller. And I hope I don't wreck stuff trying to videotape this. Here we go. Videotape, yeah. And then we're going to hit tooltip measure. It's going to come down, touch it, and now it knows where 0 is. So here we go. I'm going to run a file. So we go load file, okay. And then it's going to be an internal. So I get it off the USB, hit OK, find my file, which will be my dog holes. So I say OK. Now I want it to find home before we get started. So it says it's ready to run. Files can be processed. So now I'm going to go to Workplace Origin. Okay, so it knows right where the corner of my piece is. Take this off. Put the dust collector on. Whoops. Hard to do this one-handed. Give that a little tighten up. All right. And there's my automatic start for my machine. And this is where it'll get a little noisy, so I will turn it down. But before I do anything, put on my earmuffs. Okay, and away we go. So we have homed the device. We set the bit to know where the surface is. It's going to cut down through that 1/2-inch top, and I've got a spoil board underneath it so I don't hurt anything. The bit is in place. I am going to hit run, and I'm going to say OK. Starting up, and I'm going to hit the power on this. Take long. Maybe it took 10 minutes or so. Okay, let me explain a little bit more about why I've cut this series of holes in the pattern that I have. This is a system that allows me to clamp my product down, my wood pieces down, without worrying about metal clamps or any kind of metal damaging my bits. So let's say that I wanted to cut this piece of wood, and I want to make sure that it's perfectly 90 degrees to the surface of the table, so that the cutter, when the cutter comes along the edge here, it will match it exactly. To do that, we simply pick a corner and set a piece in there. And now if I line that up with that, I know my X is exactly the same as this. And I know my Y-axis this way is going to be perfectly set to the machine, because the machine put these in. So with that, I'd still have motion to move away. So the clamping system is very simple. Just a couple of slats of wood, cut at a little bit of an angle. We put our dogs in on this side. And all we have to do, well, actually I would do it this way, right there. And then if I had two hands, I would push that in. But that will tighten up. And then I'll take a hammer and just kind of nudge that in. But now this board can't move. It's not going anywhere. So I can trust that once I set my X to this, my home to this piece right here, I'll be able to cut right along that X axis, and I'll be perfectly able to calculate all of this, because this thing is a huge computer. So as you can imagine, I'm pretty stoked about my new toy, and I'm looking forward to a lot of really cool stuff to be done. So stay tuned. I'll post stuff as I get it done. Thanks for watching.